Question number 6. As asked, discuss the law as to liability of co-sureties and as provided under section 146 and 147. So, the very sections of the Contract Act provide for the liabilities of co-sureties which are reproduced as where two or more persons are co-sureties for the same debt or duty, either jointly or severally, and whether under the same or different contracts, and whether with or without the knowledge of each other, the co-sureties, in the absence of any contract to the contrary, are liable between themselves to pay each an equal share of the whole debt or of that part of it which remains unpaid by the principal debtor. And regarding that, we will discuss some illustrations. So, illustration 1 is A, B, and C are sureties to D for the sum of 3,000 rupees lent to E. E makes default in payment. So A, B, and C are liable as between themselves to pay 1,000 rupees each. And illustration number 2 provides A, B, and C are sureties to D for the sum of rupees 10,000 lent to E, and there is a contract between A, B, and C that A is to be responsible to the extent of 1/4, B to the extent of 1/4, and C to the extent of 1/2. E makes default in payment as between the sureties. A is liable to pay rupees 250 and B rupees 250 and C rupees 500. So liability of co-sureties bound in different sums who are bound in different sums are liable to pay equally as per as the limits of their respective obligations as permit. So, illustration of number 3, A, B, and C as sureties for D enter into 3 several bonds, each in a different penalty, namely, A is in the penalty of 10,000 rupees, B in that of 20,000 rupees, and C in that of 40,000 rupees. Condition for this duly accounting to E. D makes default to the extent of 30,000 rupees. So A, B, and C are each liable to pay 10,000 rupees. And the fourth illustration relating to it, A, B, and C as sureties for D entered into three several bonds, each in a different penalty, namely A in the penalty of 10,000 rupees, B in that of 20,000 rupees, C in that of 40,000 rupees. Condition for this duly accounting to E. D makes default to the extent of 40,000 rupees. So A is liable to pay 10,000 rupees and B and C 15,000 rupees each. And the last illustration relating to liability of co-sureties is that A, B, and C as sureties for D enter into three several bonds, each in a different penalty, namely A in the penalty of 10,000 rupees, B in that of 20,000 rupees, C in that of 40,000 rupees. Condition for this duly accounting to E. D makes default to the extent of 70,000 rupees. So A, B, and C have to pay each the full penalty of their respective bond. So, as provided under section 146 and 147 regarding the very liability of co-sureties, and in different sums, and as they would share as per the defaulting of the party. And in the instance illustration, we found that in illustration 1, it was E who made the default in payment, and in illustration 2, we found it is also E who makes default in payment. So also in illustration 3, we found D makes the default, and that to extent of 30,000 rupees. And in illustration 4, also we found D makes the default to the extent of rupees 40,000. And in illustration 5, we found again D makes the default to the extent of rupees 70,000. So, in all these illustrations, we found the co-sureties are A, B, and C, and respectively, as regarding the co-sureties of A, B, and C, either they equally share the sureties as they have given, or in respective circumstances in regard to respective amounts which D defaulted in the payment. So, this is all about the liabilities of co-sureties as per the very question number 6, and as provided under section 146 and 147 of the Indian Contract Act 1872. So also we have discussed all the relevant illustrations relating to this particular question. So, in our upcoming video, we'll discuss question number 7, that is distinguish between contract of guarantee and contract of indemnity.